Hello again. In this video we're going to be finding a decimal multiplier. So to find a decimal multiplier, let's do some increases first. So find the decimal multiplier for an increase of 6%. So everything starts with 100%. So if I want to find the decimal multiplier for 6%, that means something is, because it says it's increasing, so I'll start off with 100% and then I add the 6%. So I would have 106%, but this is not a decimal, so I have to make this a decimal. So to make this a decimal, you simply divide by 100, because percent means per 100. So 106 divided by 100 is 1.06, and this is the decimal multiplier for an increase of 6%. So let's do another one. We're increasing still, increasing by 4%. So again, we always start off with 100%. We are adding the 4%, so we would have a total of 104%. So to change this into a decimal, you simply divide by 100. 1.04. So an increase of 4% would be decimal multiplier of 1.04. Let's do another one. Increase of 3%. Again, you always start with 100%. We are adding 3%, so it's 103%. Divide by the 100 to get our decimal, 1.03. So these decimal multipliers are really important, especially when you go on to do things like compound interest, which is going to be in the video following this one. So increase by 12%. Again, you always start with 100%. You are increasing by 12%, so you'd have 112%. To make this a decimal, you simply divide by 100 to get a decimal multiplier of 1.12. So increasing something by 12%, you would multiply by the decimal multiplier 1.12. Let's do some decreases. So we're going to find the decimal multiplier when something is decreased by a percentage. So decrease means it's getting smaller. So in this case, you start with 100%, but you take away 7%. That's 93%. To make this a decimal, simply divide by 100. That's 93, 0.93. So that's our decimal multiplier when we decrease by 7%. Decrease by 3%. So the decimal multiplier, again, you always start with 100%. This time we're taking away 3%. To make this into a decimal, you divide by 100. So we have a decimal multiplier of 0.97. Decrease of 25%. So you're going to say 100%, subtract the 25%, 75%, and to get the decimal, you divide by 100. Do one more of these. Decrease by 18%, 100%, take away 18%, equals 82%. And to make that into a decimal number, you divide by 100. So that will be our decimal multiplier when you decrease by 18%. Just remember, percent means per 100. And just in case you're wondering why we're dividing by 100, 82%, that means 82 for every 100. That's what it means, 82 per 100. That's what it looks like as a fraction. And when you divide, you get 0.82 as a decimal. So that's finding your decimal multiplier, which you need to do when you're going to look at compound interest. And I'm going to do a compound interest video next. So these are all relevant for GCSE topics. So do check them out. And I'll see you in the next video.